Hey everyone, welcome back for another episode. Today I'm joined by Amy Hedrick. She's the CEO and founder of Cleanbox. It's a proprietary UVC LED engineering solution to address the complicated and hard to clean surfaces of expensive devices, which became the foundation for Cleanbox technology products. Here's the device itself. You literally just take their nanotechnology spray, you spray it on your favorite headset. Whenever you need to clean it, you open up the front door pretty simply here. Take your headset, put it right in, shut the door, and then once you have it plugged in, start the cycle. That's really it. Super easy to do, amazing to have, and think it's like healthcare or even when you're doing training sessions because no one wants the nastiness of somebody else's sweat on their face at any random time. It's really a great solution for the XR market. If you haven't checked out our Cleanbox, definitely do so. Lightweight device, really not anything too heavy. You can get boxes of them, stack them on top of each other, have 20 to 30 headsets being cleaned at a time, realistically. You don't have to worry about spraying alcohol and things like that because it takes time to dry. This does it pretty much instantaneously, and you only have to apply the nano coating once every 6 months. Enjoy the interview with Amy. Hey, Amy, thank you so much for being here today. Where are you joining us from on this fantastic Friday?
Hi, Rock. It's great to be here. And I'm joining you from Nashville, Tennessee, in the United States, for those of you outside the country listening in.
Fantastic. Yeah, we got to see each other. Gosh, I think I saw you at AWE, obviously, and then we had an XR event out in Nashville as well, and it was a wonderful time. It's obviously great to see you again. It's crazy that it's already been 2 months. Like, those last 2-3 months have just flown by, right?
It feels like years.
No doubt about it. Well, first off, like I said, thank you for being here and telling our audience more about Cleanbox. Can you give myself and our audience just a little history on what brought you here and the need for Cleanbox, something that wasn't being addressed in the XR market?
Absolutely. First of all, I mean, I love the XR space. I've been here almost a decade, which is a very long time in tech years and real years as well. And I started really in the XR space because I saw a need, and I believed in the opportunity of the technology to really disrupt a number of industries, from education to the way we learn, to how we engage that knowledge, that information, and what we can do with it, even how we think, even more spatial thinking, if you will. So what Cleanbox does is we specialize in rapid UVC LED. Let me just start over with what
Sure.
Cleanbox does. So Cleanbox technology is the global leader in UVC LED surface decontamination. So we specialize in the rapid decontamination of shared devices, the things that you touch, put on your head, and use or share between people. All of our products can decontaminate up to healthcare levels, which is 99.999 decontamination in 1 minute. So it's all 1 minute cycle times. And why we exist is because it's really important for the scalability of XR in any industry to be able to do it safely and to be able to provide a hygienic experience that's repeatable and scalable.
It really is the first thing I've seen that actually cleans headsets. I know, you usually see people running around with a rag or something like that trying to wipe things off. And I think the biggest question that I have for you is what challenges happened along the way? I'm sure the one that I have was not, which is the final product, wasn't the first one, right? So what challenges did you run in along the way?
I don't think we have enough time in the program to talk about that. I will say it's a massive challenge, and it's to start a hardware company in the United States. It's completely made in the United States. In and of itself a big challenge. But of course, the XR space is still a nascent industry in and of itself, and the use of UVC LED is still also nascent. So two nascent industries at the same time. Lots of challenges, but I think it's important for us. What we wanted to do was really provide a tool for other people to be able to scale their products. So what we are is we're the shovel, if you will, for the gold miners. We are we're a tool in the kitchen for people creating these beautiful, brilliant creations. We are something that enables people to do that and know that companies and businesses and consumers and governments can actually adopt what they're doing and be able to roll it out and scale it.
That makes total sense. And I would also imagine that with the rise of XR devices that we're seeing now in the medical field, that keeping sanitary headsets is more important than it ever really has before. So I know you said it prevents 99.99%, but does it prevent the spread of like major concerns like MRSA?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
So we've all of our products. We have 4 products on the market, 4 different products, and they've all been independently tested. Each different product is tested against a range of contagions, from MRSA to C. diff to H1N1, and a range of other easily spread and easily shared contagions. That's been important because what we're trying to help accomplish is break that transfer cycle. So when you get sick, you cough. And then you
Right.
touch something else, and then you touch your face, and maybe then you touch whatever you just touched somebody else touches, and then they touch their face or they put it on their head. And that's that transfer pattern that we are trying to help break, so that people don't have to worry about people getting sick from what they've used. And a VR headset is sitting on your face. It's very personal.
Right, absolutely. And especially with COVID and everything else right now, people are definitely a little bit more aware of what they touch, what they, how often they wash their hands. So why wouldn't you do the same thing with your headset? It just makes logical sense.
Yeah.
But talk to me about the UVC decontamination. Why is that so effective?
So UVC has been known for some time to be a good decontamination property, and how we use it is very specific. We have engineered our products so we only use LEDs versus a UVC bulb. Or any other kind of bulb. And there are a number of reasons for that. And we also monitor our dosage. So we have a cumulative dosage that is highly effective against contagions, but non impactful on the materials you're decontaminating. And of course, that's very important with the VR headset because they're not cheap, they're
Right.
expensive. They're electronics, so they're sensitive to moisture. You can't use chemicals on them, as you don't want to leave chemical traces that might sit on sensitive skin or nose, or and you can't use heat. So all of those things are why I started the company. We needed to have a solution that you could use quickly. It was just as effective, more effective than anything else, and that the average person could use it. So you didn't have to be a specialist to use it. So our core competency, and we have about 70 patents in the use of UVC LED
Wow.
for rapid surface decontamination. And that's our goal. Is it's repeatable, and it also helps reduce environmental waste from disposables. Those disposables can be other face covers, alcohol wipes, kavi wipes, depending on your industry. And there are certainly a time and place for a lot of those tools. But I think it's important to understand what they do and they don't do, and be able to address this issue so that your customer or your end user of your product doesn't have to worry about it.
I think that's brilliant. So I wanted you to talk to me a little bit about the nano coating. So I thought this was super easy to apply. You literally just apply it on there, slightly wipe it off. It sticks on there. How often should somebody apply this nano coating?
So just to clarify, the nano coating is really for all of the fabric components of the headset.
Right.
It's not for the hard, it's not for the plastic, it's not for the lenses. And the goal of the nano coating, it's a hydrophobic nano coating, water based, and the goal is to keep moisture from sweat and other things from soaking into your headsets. And so really what you have to do is, once you apply it, you can let it dry, and then the next day, you'll be able to see that it has a bit of a hydrophobic barrier on it. It won't
Right.
change the textile of that material, but it'll keep that sweat from soaking in. And then when you use our CX series, it's part of our any of the products on the CX line. They also have a built-in fan that will help continue to dry that headset, blow off any hair or skin cells or anything else that might be sitting on that headset, and then help make that a good experience for the next user. So it's very simple to use. When you do it, you probably don't have to apply it again for 3 to 5 months, depending on how often you're using that headset. Now, if you're using it 1,000 times a day, you might want to check it every couple of 2 to 4 weeks, and you can reuse it over and over again. It doesn't damage anything.
That's pretty great. Yeah, I did notice the blower that was inside of it. And also, there's the inside hook that can be raised and lowered. So I would assume that's to accommodate various headset, get rid of debris, things like that.
Yeah.
Um, but can you also put controllers or like a haptic glove or a tablet or even a phone in the clean box as well?
Sure. So there are, just to be clear, we have 2 different product lines and 4 different products. So the CX series is the one that you're talking about. That one has a cone inside, and that cone has a high pressure fan designated to hit all of these spots here where that sweat is going to be sitting and soaking in. So that will help dry it exactly like you've described. And you're right, it has an adjustable hook. It adjusts up and down and front and back. You can put your controllers in the Cleanbox. You should do it in a separate cycle. And you should probably use a controller adapter, which takes about 5 seconds to pop out the little lower sled and put the adapter in. And what that will do is it'll hang those adapters in the place that have the maximum exposure to UVC LED, because UVC is a line of sight technology. So it needs to see those surfaces to adequately decontaminate. If you use our OmniClean product, it's a full 360 decontamination device. It can be used for standalone VR headsets, glasses, safety goggles, phones, like you mentioned, controllers. I think you can fit up to 6 controllers in one cycle time for that product, and it will provide full 360 decontamination of all of those surfaces.
I think that's amazing. When I first met Amy, she was literally giving out suckers to people. And it was such a great analogy for this product, because imagine if you have a sucker in your mouth, you take it out and you give it to someone else, they're not going to want to put that thing in their mouth. I thought that was the best way to say it, because I don't want people sweat on my face. It's pretty understandable. I don't know why we haven't come up with anything so far. And I love that you guys are the leader in this product, because you really found a niche that really needed to be solved. And probably the biggest thing that I love about it, Amy, is that I love that there's no chemicals that are included. And of course that it only takes 60 seconds as well. But outside of like the healthcare industry, what other industries have you found that have found value with Cleanbox?
A lot. And that's the interesting part. So if you start with the VR, the XR industry as a whole, virtual, augmented, and mixed reality markets, we're naturally in about 15 industries right now. And I think the reasons are twofold. One, businesses definitely recognize the need to keep their either their employees or their customers safe, and they know that there's a higher risk contagion transfer possibility that they really need to mitigate. And the second is that a lot of these businesses realize they're actually, I think some businesses don't understand as much as larger multinationals, is that people don't necessarily tell you, hey, I'm not going to put that VR headset on because I haven't seen you clean it. But I guarantee you, many times they are not putting that on because you were giving them something that the person before them just had on their face for 5, 10, 20 minutes. We hear it all the time. And I myself, even though this is my company, but even if it wasn't, I would not be trying on, and I don't try on headsets that haven't been cleaned. It's just not cool. It's like taking that lollipop. I pass it to you. Maybe,
Right.
okay, don't put it in your mouth. Maybe if it's your kid, I don't know, you might, but would you keep passing it on to somebody else and then another person, another person?
Right.
We know at this point in time, that's crazy. You're going to get sick. You're going to get whatever germs they didn't even know they had. You're going to be exposed to that. And I think it's the same concept here. So because of that, we're in about 15 industries. We're currently in about 50 countries worldwide.
Wow.
Of course, we're a small business based in the United States, but we're continuing to grow. And that's on the XR side. And then beyond that, of course, we're with our OmniClean primarily, because that's a multi-purpose device. We have started to grow in other industries, from dentistry to childcare, other education divisions, and corporate environments.
That makes perfect sense. I never really thought about the applications for dental work, but of course, anything like that, they have to sanitize everything. So it makes perfect sense that, yeah, you'll be broadening. I continue to see that this is just going to continue to grow and grow and grow. You guys are going to be a gigantic company in the long term, without a doubt.
Thank you.
Last major question for you, and it's a bit of levity. I can't help myself. I know that you have an acting background, so if you could be any
Okay.
character from a sitcom, who would it be and why?
Oh, can we make sitcom a broad term? Like,
Yeah,
do you
sure.
think who I would choose to be, or who people compare me to?
I would say who you would choose to be. So if you got to be
No.
Monica from Friends, if that was a role that you landed at some point, what would be the one that you'd want to do?
Well, Monica Friends might be somebody that I'm compared to. I don't know that
Okay.
I'd choose that. You know what? Maybe Phoebe from Friends, because she's so carefree. Or, the show that I really love and I kind of am addicted to right now is Only Murders in the Building.
Ooh.
And I trying to remember her character's name now that I'm blanking, and I love this show so much. She's just fun. She's quirky, and she gets to perform with Steve Martin and Martin Short. So
Oh, what a dream that would
I'm gonna have
be.
to go with
Of
that
course.
one. And she gets to solve murders. And she's on a podcast. I mean, what else do you want, Brock?
Yeah, it's kind of the full gambit there. I love it. So, Amy, I know that you guys are literally traveling all over the world right now to show off your amazing products that you have. Where can our audience find you online and even in person if they want to see Cleanbox?
Well, we hope to be everywhere. On online, you can find us at cleanboxtech.com, and at cleanboxtech is pretty much our handle across social media platforms. That's the @ sign, the word clean, the word box, TECH. I'm on LinkedIn, of course. And then in terms of where we are as a company, we are in a number of upcoming events, AWE Vienna for AWE Europe. We will be at AES in Houston. We will be at the IGS event in Orlando, ITSEC in Orlando, and Immersive Tech Week in Rotterdam at the end of November. I probably missed a couple in there. So for more information, you can go to our website, which is cleanboxtech.com, sign up for our newsletter. And of course, we talk about our customers, our cool use cases, their cool use cases, and all of our upcoming events there.
That's fantastic. Seriously, everyone at home, if you do not have a way to sanitize your headsets right now, this is absolutely the go-to device that you need to be going with. If you haven't checked out their website, do it immediately. And if you get a chance to go meet Amy in person, they do a great demonstration of the box itself at any of those events. I highly, highly recommend it. There's nothing better in the market whatsoever. Amy, again, thank you for being on the show. Thank you for sharing your information with us and a wonderful product for the XR world.
Thank you so much, Brock. It's been a pleasure as always, and I look forward to seeing you soon at one of these events.
Absolutely. All right, everybody, that's it. We're going to talk some more emerging tech next time. Bye, everybody.